put you in some pretty shit situations. You're not trying to do it?
Volunteer for it?
Yeah, I'm gonna volunteer for it.
Wow.
I mean, I'd have to do it for pararescue anyways.
Oh, right.
So,
That's true.
come on.
I'm a job.
He said, I'm gonna be a good crew chief and move on. Oops. My roommate said he doesn't want to do the training,
Oh, really?
the SEER training. He's like, they pull out your fingernails.
I don't think so.
I was like, they don't do that, but they do. They put you through like simulated mental torture, essentially. Because it's supposed to be, pilots have to pass it,
Right.
and it's, you get shot down and somebody takes you.
Yep. Is it
It's a
like
POW.
waterboarding too?
I don't know if they do that or not, actually, but they've definitely put you in like confined spaces and mess with you.
So is the streaming back up?
Oh,
That's pretty fast actually to get online. But I still can't find the freaking. I'll have to do that later.
I don't know if they do that.
I might need to have to sign into iTunes.
Confined spaces and mess with you.
And I don't know if I'll remember my password.
Oh, it looks like it froze it again on your side.
Yeah. Oh, I'm talking right now. I can see my mouth moving. I can see your ear.
No, you are. I'm saying it froze my camera.
Yeah. It's frozen on your cauliflower ear.
Oh, I guess that is.
Maybe it got me signed in because it was no. Maybe not. Because I went to my phone. Cool if I could figure out how to do this. Still got your ear. And maybe it's because of the OBS thing.
I think it is.
I was going to sign into Apple if I can remember how. If I can remember my password. Where's my settings? Why did everything seem so small all of a sudden? Was that you that popped or me that popped? Well, if I can get it working, it's easy to use on my phone because it has an app on the phone. Now I just can't find my dang settings on my phone. There it is. Let's go there. Continue there. Okay, what's my Apple ID? I get it the first time? That would be amazing. Nope. Locked already? On one miss. Really? It's crazy.
What happened?
Oh, it locked my Apple account on one failure of not knowing the password. It usually gives you 4 at least, doesn't it?
Usually.
Oh, I had the wrong. That couldn't have been the failure because it was the wrong ID. How would it wouldn't have even known my account. Oh well. Let's reset the password. I gotta figure out one that I won't forget for. I just don't use Apple that much. Did I get it? No. Damn it. Is it case sensitive?
Yeah, maybe.
I hate these things. The hell? Okay, do I have the right jeff.taylor663@icloud.com? And there's a 3, a 1, a 6, and an EY, right? Can you see it? That's what I see.
Let me see.
316 EY.
I don't see it.
I got it now. Okay, phone number, yeah. That's my phone number. Continue. Tap. Allow. Enter phone passcode. Password. No, that's not gonna work. I'm putting something with you.
What?
Oh, I'm putting something with your name.
Oh.
Help me remember. Since the only reason I'm really going to be using this stuff is you. Oops. But for some reason it didn't like what I did. 8 characters. That's why I didn't do 8 characters. I'm going to forget it again, I know it. The way I look at it sometimes is they recommend you change your password anyway, right? So because
Yes.
I forget it, I end up changing it anyway.
That's a good point.
Now I just gotta make sure I type the same thing. Got it. Done. Okay. Sign in. Sign in. That's not the right one. That's why you didn't like it before. I don't have that many Apple products. The hell? What the hell? Oh, that's why. My fault. Okay, let's try it now.
Oh, that's funny.
What's that?
Oh, while you're doing this, I was reading an article about the training.
Oh
'Cause I
yeah.
was just curious what people said about it.
Uh-huh.
So they make you eat food you find out in the wilderness,
Mm-hmm.
but I guess one of the things they taught this guy at the beginning of the training was when it's a survival experience, do whatever you have to do: lie, steal, cheat, to get home safely and return honorably. If you're dropped in enemy territory. And so he's the class leader, and they're going without food, and these two guys come up to him that are in his class, and they go, "Hey, the instructor has some protein bars in the side pocket of his backpack. I'm pretty sure we could get them at night when he sets his bag down
Mm-hmm.
outside of his tent or wherever it was at, or outside of the fire or whatever. We could take them." And so they end up catching these two kids, and they come up to the class leader. They're like, "We caught two people trying to steal protein bars, and we're gonna kick him out of the class." And he just said, "I told him to do it." and apparently the leader of the class got disappointed and was like, "You got to be shitting me." And he said, "I told him, look, I'm not making excuses. I'm just telling you how it is. You got us out here for days on end, no food, on the run, teaching us to lie, cheat, and steal to survive. The lines between what's real and what's not are so twisted at this point. I honestly don't remember any of the rules you gave us on day one. When they came to me and asked if they should do it, I was just thinking about surviving, so they did it because I told them to." And they ended up not kicking any of them out of class. Because he kind of had a point.
Yeah.
And that's the one thing I do really appreciate about the what I've noticed here leadership-wise so far,
Mm-hmm.
is that if you can make a strong argument for why something happened, like even your leadership is going to be like, well, he's got a point. Like we were doing PT the other day, and Sergeant was yelling over the bullhorn, and we didn't get down quick enough for the next exercise. And it was because a jet was flying over, and so a lot of us couldn't hear him.
Oh yeah.
And he goes, "You guys need to get down faster. We're going to be doing more." Blah. He starts going off. And we all kind of in unison were like, "We couldn't hear you. The jet was flying over." And he goes, "All right, good excuse."
See, yeah, we are in the Air Force, by the way.
Yeah. And, but I won, you'll like to hear this, I won the PT competition on Thursday.
What was that about?
So we did our PT circuit, and then we have this really cool sergeant who does PT sometimes. Super chill. He's not even chill. He still pushes you, but he's personable.
Mm-hmm.
He was funny. He drove on a golf cart. We were all sitting there waiting for him. He drove up on the golf cart, and he was like, "Hey," and he was driving by. He's like, "You guys happy to be here?" And we're like, "Yes, Sergeant." And he's like, "Don't fucking lie to me. I know you don't want to be here." And, but he's a funny dude. But Anyway, so he said he does a thing where he does a competition to push yourself, and the top three who win get get a pass for the next PT day. So it was a squat hold. So it was sit in a squat, 90 degrees at the knees, and the last person to drop wins, basically.
Mm-hmm.
And I won.
Hmm.
And there's like 100 or so people from our squadron, I would
Wow.
say. And it wasn't the first 3 minutes that were the hard part. It was the last 30 seconds with
Yeah.
this dude. And it was me and this other guy. Because everybody likes to give me a hard time. Because like I do train really hard.
Right.
And so as soon as he said the competition, everybody from my classes they just all turned to me and they're like, you got this? And kind of sarcastic.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, I made some joke. I was like, have you seen this ass? I was like, it does squats all the time at the gym, right? And I was just messing around, but we got to the 3-minute mark, and about 5 people were left, and my legs were shaking, and I was not having a good time. But then I was thinking about it, and I'd wanted to drop out at like the 2-minute mark when everybody else dropped out. And I was thinking about it, I was like, the time for you to go was then, because nobody would have noticed. But now you have the whole squadron watching you.
Is there 2 of you left?
There's 5 at that point.
Mm-hmm.
And then we got to 3, and then we got to 2, and I thought about it again, and I was like, well, you're already here. You might as well, win.
Yeah.
And that's like the conversation I'm having with myself at the time.
Yeah.
And I was like, and the sergeant's like messing with us too, and he's like, oh, his legs are shaking, he's getting weak, he's trying to get somebody to quit. And then I was thinking about my classmates, because they were there and they were watching me.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm a class leader now,
Mm-hmm.
and I was thinking about it, and I was like, all right, you always tell them to, do a good job and do it fully and do it,
Mhm.
To the best of your ability, and don't have that. I was like, so this is, you can't preach that in the classroom and not do it, especially when they're all watching.
Right.
And so I was just having that conversation, and then I thought about the sergeant and what he was doing to me, and so I started doing it to the other guy, and I don't remember all of what I said to him, but I was just yelling across the parking lot because he was over a little bit a ways.
Uh-huh.
And I was just making eye contact with him, and I was talking so much trash. I was like, you don't want it as bad as I do, blah, blah, blah. And then he tried to respond, and he was like, you could drop now, and it'll all be done. And I was like, that's all you, man. You can do that. And we were just going back and forth, and then he finally dropped, and my legs, like, I stood up, and I could not walk. And then
How long were you guys in the position?
3 minutes and 35 seconds, which doesn't sound like a lot.
Well, I'm not quite sure what position you were holding. Can you try to explain it again?
Yeah, it's a squat, so it's 90 degrees
Oh, okay.
from your thigh. It's like you're sitting in a chair
Yeah, right. And you're holding that with no
Um,
chair.
with no chair, and you can't rest your hands on your knees or anything.
Right. And the other guy,
um,
he trains a lot, or were they talking about you training a lot?
They were talking about me training a lot.
Oh,
and
yeah.
They were giving me a hard time, like, he's like, oh, Taylor, you got this, you can do it. And
Yeah.
Before we started, they were just giving me a hard time.
What was the other guy? Was he pretty athletic too?
Yeah, he's about my size too. And,
Oh, yeah. Being small helps in that kind of stuff sometimes.
yeah, but he was a good sport afterwards.
Yeah, cool.
We shook hands and everything was cool, and I went and got the sergeant to sign off on my paper so that I don't have to go to PT. And I told him, I was like, I might show up on Tuesday anyways. He was like, what? And they go, yeah, I really just wanted to win. Like, it wasn't really about me, not like if I don't go to PT, I'm going to be at the gym anyways, so it's not really,
Yeah.
What difference does it make to me?
Right.
It's like, it was more about me just wanting to,
Yeah, the competition. Well, it's,
yeah,
and if you wanted to do any of the MMA, you got to fight through that kind of stuff there too.
yeah, exactly.
You got
or this training that I'm looking at. Like,
Yeah,
that's
that too. Yeah.
not an easy task to be out for 19 days with little sleep and food and,
Yep.
people messing with you. So it's all just, but it's those little
See, it's still
those
frozen.
little wins that help. But
Because both of us are frozen on the streaming.
oh, really?
Yeah. I think. Yeah.
But
going anyway.
that's all I was getting all day this weekend, or not all day, but all this weekend as I was walking around doing stuff. People were like, "Oh, Mr. King of Squats, how's it going?"
That doesn't sound good. In the
I know.
bathroom.
I know. I was like, "Oh, take it,
Yeah.
take it."
But it looks good for you. The people that you're on your team now, that you're in charge of.
Yeah, that's really why I was doing it.
Yeah.
And one of the kids came up to me and was like so inspirational, and he's a super nice kid.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I was just like, well, I did it for you. And he was like, what? I was like, yeah, I mean, it was that way when I tell you, you're screwing around, that that it's coming from a guy who holds himself accountable.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's not coming from somebody who just talks about it but doesn't do
Yeah.
what he's supposed to do. And that's where the respect comes in from leadership.
Yeah. Did he say anything?
No, he was just like, he was just happy. He asked me later on when we went to class, he was like, so what were you thinking about? He's like, your legs were shaking. Like, it did not look pleasant. I was like, it was not.
Was the other guy shaking too?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And, but yeah, I liked it. And I told somebody was like, oh, you beat everybody in the squadron. Like, that's pretty good. And they go, yeah. I was like, I wasn't really concerned about beating the first 90 people to drop out.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, that was easy. I just saw people like the first 2.5 minutes was the easy part.
Yeah.
It was that last minute where it's just it's beating the 5% of the people out there.
Yeah.
That's where the real mental battle is. And
Yeah.
then it's no longer if you're physically capable. It's that age old, like, how bad do you want it? And
Right.
It sounds like cliche, but if you can find a way to do that
Yeah.
and almost like force yourself in a way to, and I was really just thinking about how good it was going to feel afterwards.
Mm-hmm.
You start going like, well, I just want the high fives and the
Hey.
the fist bump afterwards. That's going to feel much better than however painful my legs feel right now.
Right. Yeah. Okay, I got a plan here.
Okay.
Let's switch to talking on the phone.
Okay.
Um,
I have Teams on my phone, I think.
Yeah, I don't know if we want to do Teams because it's still gonna. Well, I don't know. Let me think about that. I'm trying to get completely off. Are you there?
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay, I just wanted to see if I could hear you. What I'm trying to do is, maybe we could try it, but my problem on my phone is the Teams is defaults to my company Teams, which isn't a problem, I guess, because we've talked on there before, right?
Yeah.
Where are you?
It's not sustainable.
Huh?
It's just not sustainable because it's got your logo or whatever on it.
Stephen Taylor, there you are. Let me see if I can say hi here for my work.
I might have to log in to. Yeah, I gotta log out of this one.
Well, let's disconnect from here then. But I'm going to lose your video. Dang it. Well, oh, darn. How can we do the video?
What do you mean?
I won't be able to show you. I'm trying to get split screen so we're moving. I'm trying to reduce the bandwidth on the computer, but if you get off. No, wait a minute. No. Let me think about this. No, yeah, it's still a problem. I should be able to. What I should. Yeah, let's let's get off for a second and see if we can communicate through my work Teams. No, it's not going to do me any good. Well, maybe. I'm wondering if I get you on. No, that won't work either. I'm just trying to think it through.
Very good.
Because if I could get this stupid thing to work and pick up my iPhone as a source for video, I'm wondering if it could, if you were streaming to my, if your video was on my iPhone through Teams, if I could have that become the source to the OBS. There's got to be a better way to do this. What I got to do is I got to figure out how I can have OBS access you remotely.
Let's see.
I'm thinking. Let's do some research first. Let's do some research together on that.
Okay.
Let's see. Access remote. If I can type video from OBS. See what it says there. Not Studio. OBS Studio. Videos of access remote video from OBS Studio. What's this one? Are you going to be able to hear this, or is it going to have to pick it up through the microphone?
I can hear you right now.
Today, I'm going to show you how to control your live
Can you hear
streams
him?
in OBS using nothing but your cell phone for free. So let's get to it. If you're always looking for tools, tips, and tricks that can help make you a better YouTuber,
can we figure out a way to do this?
I'm looking right now. What is this? Remote app.
We did it before where my sound was coming through.
Oh.
You came up with a good...
Whoops. Thought it was. What the hell?
Yeah. Oh, it's Teams.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
the
you hit
device.
the square with the arrow up, the rectangle with the arrow up, and then the audio slide button on the share
Audio
screen.
devices. Say it again. On Teams?
On Teams,
Uh-huh.
there's a rectangle with an arrow up on the bottom where where you can turn off your camera and turn off your mic.
On the top of mine.
Okay.
The,
Either
the
way.
arrow up is streaming, is sharing.
Yes. That's what you want. Click that, and under share screen there's an audio tab.
Oh.
There's an audio slider that you switch to let you.
Oh, I see it. I just saw it. It went away. Okay.
Yeah.
I did it too soon. Premature sharing. Cancel my sharing again. Okay, share. Audio. Now go. Yeah.
Subscribe to the channel and click that bell so you don't miss a new video. The first thing we're going to do is download an application called Touch Portal. The link is in the description. This is the website right here, and I just scroll down to the bottom where it says download Touch Portal. I'm going to download the Mac OS version, but if you have Windows, the process is the same. I click the download button. I'm going to click Save File. Then I'm going to go to where I saved that file. And if I double click on the install package, it's going to tell me that it doesn't want to do it because, of course, it's off the internet. The way you get around this on a Mac is by right clicking it and clicking open. Then you just click open again and you're in. Next, you just click continue and follow the instructions to install it. Once your package is installed, I can go into applications and I scroll down and I just double click on Touch Portal and it opens it right up for me. Now when it first opens, it's going to have some default stuff. You can just right click on the icons and delete them. So I'm going to go ahead and delete all my icons here. Once I have all the example icons they created deleted, I'm going to go ahead and open up my OBS. And there you go. Now it's running. And back in Touch Portal, I'm going to click this little plug button. And I'm going to click Connect to OBS. And you'll see a little message here. It tells you that it's now connected to your OBS. It's really that easy. Now I'm going to click the location where I want my first button. And there are all kinds of inputs that you can put in here, from really simple ones to really complex ones. In order to run your OBS stream, we're going to keep it pretty simple here.
Oh,
so
that's
the
kinda
first
what I
thing
was
I'm going to
talking
do
about.
is I'm going to go down and expand OBS.
What's that?
That's kind of what I was talking about with the ability to change scenes and stuff.
Yeah, this is better. I want this. I wonder if it costs. What's it called again? What was it?
And I'm going to scroll to the top of that and click.
I want to go back. Where's the? There it is. What's this called? Something Portal, right? Touch Portal.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see what that is. Touch. See if it cost anything. He didn't say anything about cost.
No.
Nice, has a little OBS right there. Download Touch Portal. Windows 10 and 11, 64-bit. That's what I got. Open. But is it going to help your end? Do you have to put it on your iPad?
Well, it doesn't matter because you have OBS control.
Yeah, but
You know what I'm saying?
not yet. Right.
Because this is to adjust things in your OBS while you're streaming.
But I thought the idea was we could connect. I guess I got to watch the rest of the video while we're downloading it. Where's the video? Not there. There. Okay.
Next, you just click continue and follow the instructions to
Okay.
install it. Once your package is installed,
I
I
see
can go
what it
into
says.
applications and I scroll down and I just double click on Touch Portal and it opens it right up for me. Now when it first opens, it's going to have some default stuff. You can just right click on the icons and delete them. So I'm going to go ahead and delete all my icons here. Once I have all the example icons they created deleted, I'm going to go ahead and open up my OBS. And there you go. Now it's running. And back in Touch Portal, I'm going to click this little plug button. And I'm going to click Connect to OBS. And you'll see a little message here. It tells you that it's now connected to your OBS. It's really that easy. Now I'm going to click the location where I want my first button. And there are all kinds of inputs that you can put in here, from really simple ones to really complex ones. In order to run your OBS stream, we're going to keep it pretty simple here. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go down and expand OBS. And I'm going to scroll to the top of that and click Scene Selection. I'm going to add in my first scene by clicking Select Scene.
Right, it's the same
And we're
idea
going to
so
add
far.
the Coming Soon scene. And then click Save. Then in the text box over here, I'm going to name it Coming Soon. I'm going to move that text to the top of the little icon bar. Then I'm going to select a color for it. You can see when I select the color, it doesn't actually show up. So I have to scroll down a little bit and uncheck Transparent Background. And now you see the color show up. Now I want to change that icon, so I'm going to click the Change Icon button. Then I'm going to select from Icon Packs. And then I'm just going to find an icon that matches what exactly I'm doing with this particular scene. In this case, it's kind of a wait or a hold screen. So I'm going to click this little stopwatch here. And I think that's what we're looking for. I'm going to click
I didn't
Save.
get the impression
And
that's
now
what
you
this
can
was.
see we've created our first button. And I'm going to go through here and I'm going to add all my scenes. This one is for my gaming channel. And the next scene I'm going to add is the intro. And I'm going to type that in the text box, move that text to the top, add a color,
Get to
remove
the
the
point.
transparency from the color. Then I'm
can't
going to
hear you.
add an icon.
Hmm?
Oh, I can't hear you while it's playing.
Yeah, I know, I can't hear you either. I thought this is what I was doing. But isn't, I mean, videos of access of remote video from OBS Studio. Oh, it's backwards, isn't it? No, that's what I want. I want to be able to access your video from OBS Studio. Now let's keep going and see what he says.
And then click Save.
How long is
The
it?
next one's going to be
25
my
minutes.
main game, and the process is exactly the same. Over in the OBS sources, I select Scene Selection. I use the drop down to select the scene I want. Click Save, put in my text, move that text all the way to the top, add the color, make the color untransparent, and then choose an icon. And there's one more scene. I'm just going to add that in here real quick. This is my Be
Why are you
Right
doing
Back
this, guy?
scene.
We only need one scene.
So now I have all 4 of the main scenes that I use for my gaming channel.
What's
Next,
that?
I want to add in a way to reset my countdown.
Oh, yeah, you can't hear me.
And this is just in case my Coming Soon scene is up, but I need a little more time. I can reset my countdown timer. This countdown timer is a widget. So if
I'm just trying to figure out how this really has anything to do with what I asked.
It doesn't.
He's going through all this stuff. We don't care about all this crap.
on board and click OK. Touch Portal gives you 2 free pages with 8 icons on each
Well, I
page.
think you're
So that's a
creating
grand
this
total of
panel.
16 different. So to do this, I just select an empty space. I'm going to
Let's get into it and see what I can see. Is it done loading yet? Ah,